When we thought about doing a new Terrain, we looked at what we really liked and what our customers really liked about the former Terrain. And you know, one of the things that jumped out at us was we wanted to make sure that you looked at the car going down the road. It made a nice presence, good strong exterior styling. So we wanted to make sure we had strong, bold exterior styling on the new one too.
When we look at the market in Canada, GM Canada is really on a roll right now, and a lot of that has to do with GMC. GMC is about to have its best year ever in Canada, and that's coming off of its best year ever last year. So we've really got some momentum going.
What's the difference between a Chevrolet and a GMC product? Well, for years, our good buddy Jim Kenzie will tell you there is no difference, just a different name tag and a little more chrome. Although owners, I'm sure, might tell you something different. Well, recently, Howard Almer drove the brand new Chevy Equinox, and many believe this new Terrain would just be a rebadged Equinox with a little more sparkle. Do you get frustrated sometimes? You've got GMC, you've got Chevy. A lot of people say, well, they're just the same thing. They put another badge on it.
Actually, I don't get frustrated at all about it. I view it as an opportunity. Why? Because with some of the same bits underneath the car, I can make a completely different presence, if you will. Presence about the car, presence about who I am and why I'm buying it, right? I mean, we're in a bit of a fashion business. We're in a very technical business, but tastes and ideas and what's important to people changes over time. My job actually, if I compare this car to some of the sister cars within GM even, is to make sure that you have a favorite. Okay, if you like them all equally, I haven't done my job. I want to make sure there's one that really stands out to you that makes you excited about buying the car.
If you look at the style of this vehicle, the interior, the exterior, it really stands out. And we know that new vehicles, new styles in this compact SUV segment win, and we think we've got a winner with what we've brought to the market in terms of styling.
Powertrains, you've got all turbo lineup. 1.5 gas turbo engine with a 9-speed automatic transmission, a 1.6 diesel turbo with a 6-speed transmission, and then a 2-liter gasoline engine with a 9-speed transmission. Really nice blend of fuel economy and power to weight ratio.
The best way to describe the interior on this Terrain would be comfortable, it's stylish, and it's practical. Everything is exactly where it should be. Now, a couple of features that should not be a deal breaker. First, if you're not a fan of push-button transmissions, I've got good news and bad news. The gear shift is gone in the Terrain. We now have buttons. But the good news is, instead of trying to find the sweet spot to push them, you pull them now. GM says it's a sharper contact and it's safer, and I tend to agree. Now, they do this, of course, to give you more room for your stuff. In fact, they actually call this console area beachfront property. And you notice that the cup holders are side by each. Well, there's a reason for that. GM research has shown that things can get really heated up front between passenger and driver when they're trying to figure out whose drink is whose. So, in the spirit of family harmony, we have them side by each, and life is grand.
Who's behind the wheel? Generally, my team, we just assume our family's behind the wheel. Our wives, our husbands, our daughters, our sons, our parents. Because you know what? Crossover SUVs now are kind of driven by everybody. These SUVs now become the norm in North America for what people drive as their regular car. In North America, most of us buy toilet paper, 32 or 64 rolls at a time, right? As opposed to the 4-pack. We like having our space to haul the things.
Now, to be honest with you, I've only had a few hours behind the wheel of this new Terrain, so we'll leave it to Graham to have a much closer look on a future test drive. However, I will tell you this, GMC is on a roll, especially in Canada, and I have a feeling this Terrain will help keep up that momentum. Now, out of the 3 new engines, if it's my money, I'm going with the 6-speed turbo diesel. Fantastic fuel mileage, only 137 horsepower, but that 240 pounds-feet of torque, it comes in so smoothly, I'll guarantee you, it'll put a smile on your face.
You know what, for GMC, with a new product in the biggest segment of the market in Canada, we feel we've got a winner. It's a vehicle that's going to appeal to a lot of customers out there, and we've got the content, the style, and the performance to get it done.
You know, it's been probably a good 20 years in my career that I've been working on GMCs, and we've been building the brand, so that a GMC isn't what people thought it was when I was a kid, right? When I was a kid, they thought it was a Chevy with thicker sheet metal. Au contraire, right? This is a far different equation on what a GMC is today, and from what I can tell, the Canadian market really loves the product. We're going to keep at it.